Mortal Kombat Critical Role Mortal numbers and things. What's up, nerds? It's your boy. It's a little late in the morning for me, I know. 9:38 here at September 14th in the year of our Lord. Hello, Kitty, patron goddess of merchandising. Had to do some doctor stuff this morning, so I'm a little behind, but my health is fine, and Steve the cat's health is fine, and that's really all that matters. It's Thursday, so it's time for Dagger Heart Beats. That's right, Dagger Heart Beats. I need to copyright that before somebody else steals it from me, and thank you to my subscriber who came up with the name. I don't remember which one of you it was, but it's a great name, and we're sticking with that. What's new this week from Darrington Press? Do we have any new news on Dagger Heart Illuminated Worlds or anything else? Let's check the numbers first, shall we? And then we'll get to why we have this picture of the cast dressed up. All right, Critical Role this week had Whim's Missed Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 371. I thought we were deeper than that. With 316K views. And then we had Mitt's Weather Season 2, Episode 4 with 12K views. Guess people aren't really interested in the Mist mystery thingy. YouTube-wise, I mean, no, that was the YouTube numbers. Twitch-wise, 247K views for this week's episode of Critical Role. And they did another playthrough of Queens of Midnight the other day that had 61.6K views. Heading on over to the daggerheart.org website. Still, as far as I know, I'm the only person who have found this. Daggerheart.org by Dane has not been updated. We have no new news on these guys. I love the fact that, though, they put a link to mine on here. Thanks, Critical Role. Thanks, Dane, for giving me a shout out. Hey. So no new news from Dane. Now, you might notice that a few people have been doing a how to make a character in Dagger Heart videos lately, which is weird because nobody has Dagger Heart yet, including Genie D or me or anybody else. So how are you making characters for a system based upon reviews that you saw Comic Book Resources and Polygon do? I'm not sure how that works. Because we have almost no information other than the example characters presented on daggerheart.org, which, again, as far as I know, I'm the first person to talk about the site. So, hey, support me, daggerheart.org. I will continue to give you free press. So, yeah, I don't know how that works. How do you make a character based upon a game that doesn't exist, that you don't have the rules for, and all you're using is pictures from an article and a very, very, very basic understanding from one web page? And yet people are doing videos about how to make a druid. Stop it. It's like these people who are saying, I've got a copy of Mines of Fendelver, Shattered Obelisk. Look at me holding it. It's like, no, you don't. It's not out yet. Stop it. Stop it. Now, what's up with this picture of the Critical Role staff dressed up like Mortal Kombat characters, and what, if anything, does this have to do with Dagger Heart? Well, Critical Role has got the rights to do the official licensed Mortal Kombat 1 role-playing game. They are doing a one-shot Mortal Kombat 1. That's the brand new Mortal Kombat 1 that's coming out, not the really old Mortal Kombat 1, but the brand new one. And this is official. It's sponsored. It has gotten the okay from all the creators and people involved in this project. Why would Critical Role get the ability to do a Mortal Kombat themed one-shot RPG night? Probably because several of the voices of the characters in the new video game are voiced by our friends from Critical Role. So this is not Wizards of the Coast. Sorry. This is not using 5th edition. Sorry. This is no connection with anything D&D related. So sorry, people who want to now say that Mortal Kombat is canon to D&D. No, it's not. But this is official. It is sponsored. Now, what system are they using for this one shot? Are they using Illuminated Worlds? No. No, they're not. Are they using Dagger Heart? No. Are they using Powered by the Apocalypse like they did when they did their official sponsored Legend of Zelda? No, they're using a system called Till the Last Gasp. So this 2, 3, 4 hour episode of Mortal Kombat, DM'd by Marissa, featuring most of the cast of Critical Role and our friend Gini Darling, not Genie D, Genie Darling. What's up, D? Are you like no longer friends with Critical Role? I'll still be your friend, Genie, even though I 90% of the time disagree with you. So yes, they are using Till the Last Gasp. What is Till the Last Gasp, you might be asking yourself, and why aren't they using Powered by the Apocalypse, Unlimited Worlds, or Daggerheart? Till the Last Gasp is a game, a little teeny game that they came out with last year. It's available on the Critical Role shop for $40. It is a 2-player dramatic storytelling game of duels and drama. So basically, it's a party game, a 2-person game where you have a duel with each other. I've put a link down below to Marissa and Matt doing a playthrough of it. There's a video of it up, a 3-minute video of them showing it from about a year ago, 6 months ago. So this is one of those little teeny drop in the hole role-playing games. Well, it's not even a role-playing game. It's sort of a board game, or not even a board game. It's just a 2-person dice game where you have a fight with each other. And then you can like do voices and stuff, and they, act it out because they're Matt and Marissa. And whatever, but this is what they are basing the Mortal Kombat Critical Role episode on, is this little 2-person game. So somehow they've had to expand the rules from the 2-person 10-minute duel game into a full-fledged role-playing game, allowing people to make characters, including the mechanics for Critical Role and things like fatalities and all the other stuff, and a very graphic, action-oriented system. I believe there was an official Mortal Kombat role-playing game, wasn't there? Or at least attempts to make one. But yeah, so not sure why they chose this game, other than it does involve one-on-one combat. But how do you take a little 2-person party game of basically dice rolling to see who wins a fight and acting it out if you want, and extrapolate it to a 6-person, 7-person role-playing game that's going to last 2 or longer hours, that also emulates the excitement and the visceral bloodiness of Mortal Kombat? I don't know. And I don't know why they would choose this game as opposed to Illuminated Worlds or Daggerheart, because now they're kind of muddying the waters. If I was Critical Role, I'd be focusing on Illuminated Worlds and Daggerheart. I would continue to keep people interested in Daggerheart by dropping hints every other week, because already people are like, The only person who's still talking about Daggerheart is the OGGM. Yeah. Support me, Daggerheart. Yeah, ungrateful mooks. Illuminated Worlds, you think they'd be pushing that, especially with the second series of Candle Obscura, and Candle Obscura set to hit the shelves any day now, the hardback version. We're all very curious with what, if anything, there's going on with Illuminated Worlds. And so far, it seems to be like they've sort of just forgotten Illuminated Worlds, and they're focusing solely on Candle Obscura. Now, if they're following the GURPS/Savage Worlds, you would have released the core rules first with an example campaign setting, but they've gone the other way around. They've released an example campaign setting, but we haven't seen the core rules on their own to judge yet. So I can't throw my classic test for games, especially generic games like GURPS, at it. Can I make Spider-Man in Illuminated Worlds? I don't know, because I don't have the rules. All I'll have in October is Candle Obscura, which I don't really want. But, we'll review it if they send us a copy. Send us a copy! Now, since last week, we have had a little look at Illuminated Worlds combat. Daggerheart combat. And right now, the combat in Daggerheart does not make sense. Okay? Because the Daggerheart combat is all player character based. Okay? And the bad guys only get to do things if the good guys fail. So if you're not familiar with the Daggerheart dice system, which is a paramutation. Man, I'm using all the big words today. A paramutation of Powered by the Apocalypse. It's safe to say the Daggerheart creator has a hard-on for Powered by the Apocalypse and Blades in the Dark. But instead of using D6s, he decided to use D12s so people can't say, you're copying Powered by the Apocalypse. It's like, yeah, you're copying. So you're going to roll 2 dice, 2d12. Okay. 1 dice is, and then there's hope and fear. If the fear dice is ahead of the hope dice, then definitely means even if you succeed, something bad happens. And if the hope dice is higher than the fear dice, then that means something good happens. We also have, like in Powered by the Apocalypse, success with complications, failures, and then, critical failures. Now, the bad guys right now in the mechanics for Dagger Heart can't do anything unless the good guys mess up a dice roll. Because apparently it's supposed to emulate video games or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. So unless I roll either a 2d12 and my fear dice is higher than my hope dice, or I roll a hope with complications, the bad guys don't get to do anything. The bad guys only get to do something if you mess up, which means technically, and I discussed this with somebody online, you could have phases where the bad guys don't do anything because there is a mechanical possibility for you to roll a action where there's no mess ups, there's no complications. If you roll double hope, or if you roll a critical, or you whatever, the bad guy doesn't get to do anything. The bad guy has no reactions. The bad guy mechanics don't get to do anything unless you get a complication. That makes absolutely no sense. It should be the other way around, right? The good guys don't get to do anything unless the bad guy messes up. And if the bad guy gets a complication, then the good guy could come in and attack him. If the bad guy fumbles, then the good guy can kind of. Now, that's still not a great mechanic, because that means technically there could be a round or two, if the DM's really lucky, especially for including like magical bonuses and stuff, where the bad guy doesn't roll any complications. The math is there. Somebody smarter than me figured it out. It's a very small percentage, but the percentage is there. The bad guy can't act thing works if all the bad guys are weeping angels. Yes. We'll just use the weeping angels mechanic from Doctor Who. If you look at them, they can't do anything. Don't blink. So, yes, mathematically, because anything is possible in the bell curve of rolling 2 dice, there could be rounds where a character doesn't get to do anything, or the bad guy doesn't get to do anything. So you could just be wailing on the bad guy, and he could just be standing there going, doop, de doop, de doop. I can't do anything because the good guy didn't roll any complications, so I'm just going to stand here and absorb the damage. That's dumb. That's dumb. The bad guy should at least have a chance to move, if nothing else. I mean, even fourth edition at least gave you stuff like shifting, even if things couldn't do anything. I mean, now I know that's supposed to emulate the excitement and the energy of a video game, but actually that feels kind of boring, especially if there's rounds where the bad guy can only act if you mess up. I think the bad guy should always get to do at least something, because otherwise, I don't know, it's not much of a threat. If there's several of us hitting him, the chances are at least one of us is going to have an ultimate success, which means, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's math. I don't really understand it. So I'm probably reading more into it than there is, but still it doesn't really work for me as a mechanic. The complications thing is enough. Success with complications is enough of a mechanic to mess with the players and mess with the bad guys, or give the bad guys extra chances, or not without the other thing, because the bad guy would have the same thing, success with complications. So if the bad guy has a success with complications, the good guys could sneak in an extra attack or whatever. The success with complications aspect of Powered by the Apocalypse / Blades in the Dark / now Dagger Heart is enough. You don't need more. Unless they're the Weeping Angels, like Crap Phone says. So there you go. That's what's new in Critical Role Darrington Press Dagger Heart news, in that we have no new news on Illuminated Worlds. We have no new news on Dagger Hearts other than this little preview of combat. And we now know that you're doing an official, not sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, that has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. Suck it. Anybody who says otherwise, official Mortal Kombat one-shot using Till the Last Grasp, which not only muddies the water because now they're pushing another game of theirs, which up till now they've really done nothing with, but I don't understand the choice. You should be focusing on Dagger Heart, Candle Obscura, Illuminated Worlds, not suddenly muddying the waters with the third system. Pick the system you are going to go forward with and invest all your energy with that. Especially with Dagger Heart, you need to be keeping us interested in it on at least a weekly or bi-weekly basis. I mean, Level Up 5e posts shit almost every day, even if they haven't done anything that week. Let me know what you think. Do you want me to continue with these looks at Dagger Heart every week? I'm pretty much the only person doing this. Do you want me to stop? Till next time, I'm the OGGM. Thanks for putting up with me, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks, Crap Phone, for dropping by.